guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would go over how I gua sha at home. Very easy, very simple, and all you need is a little gua sha tool. If you're new to my channel, my name is Courtney. I'm here to talk about all things skincare, beauty, and all the little things in between. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the little notification bell so you get notified of all my upcoming videos. So let's get cozy and let's get into it. What it is you just take a gua sha tool. So you can either get a jade stone or you can get a rose quartz stone. This one here is a jade stone. I just got it off of Amazon. I believe it was $12, $13. I'll link it below. I just started it about 2 weeks ago just because one side of my face is a little bit more defined than the other. This one here is a little bit more defined, so I just wanted to kind of even it out. It's great for lymphatic drainage, so draining everything that's keeping your face puffy, that's keeping your face, like I said, one side's more defined than the other, and draining all of that out. It's also really good for your immune system, which I had no idea until I did my research. Who would have thought? But if you think about it, when you get sick, everything's in your head, everything's up in your nose. They do say not to do it when you are sick, but it helps to prevent from when you're sick. It's also really good for detoxifying your skin and your body. It's also really good for blood circulation as well. So for myself, who has really dark under eyes, it's good for the circulation of that. And I have actually noticed a little bit of a difference in that as well. So from all of my research that I've done on it, which has been quite extensive, I've kind of figured out a routine that works for me for the areas that I need to target, but what to do and what not to do, because if you do it wrong, you can actually make these areas more prominent, which if you're doing gua sha, you're actually probably trying to avoid that area. Gua sha is actually also really good for lockjaw. It's really good for people with headaches or migraines, which if anybody knows me knows that I suffer incredibly badly from headaches. Essentially all you need is your tool, a cleansed face, and everybody will say an oil. With the amount of skincare that I put onto my face, the last thing I want to do is add an extra step or an oil. So I have noticed that just putting my heavy moisturizer that I use at nighttime is fine, because you just essentially want a little bit of a slick. You don't want it to be too much because you do want a bit of a grip, but I've noticed that the thick moisturizer is going to give you the same benefit. I don't want to add an oil. I don't want to add one whole extra layer onto my skin. But if you don't have an extensive skincare routine like I do, please add the oil like it tells you to do. But the heavy moisturizer, the nighttime moisturizer like I do, is great. You can do it nighttime or daytime. Daytime will help with the puffiness that you get from morning. But nighttime is when it just relaxes me, it soothes me. It helps get everything from the daytime just drained from me, so that's when I do it. Let's get into it. I'll show you how I do it. I'll probably speed through some of it because you don't want to sit here and watch me do this for 10 minutes, but I'll just explain kind of the reasoning behind the certain areas that I do, and hopefully you take something away from it, because I know a lot of the times when you watch people on YouTube do it, you're like, okay, I'm bored, but I'll just speed through it and you hopefully take something from what I do. So first things first, cleanse skin. Just put the oil on, or the moisturizer. Rosehip oil, the Ordinary makes one. That's really great. It's hydrating. It's gonna soothe your skin. It's wonderful. Jojoba seed oil is wonderful as well. That is hydrating, but it's also really good for soothing acne, calming acne, all of that. And always with a clean gua sha, because you don't want to transfer whatever you've had from before onto your skin. The transfer onto your pores can create a little bit of irritation, that sort of thing. So clean gua sha. You're gonna start, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna start by going up on your neck, and that is going to help with kind of getting everything ready, but help with your lymphatic drainage. Now, when I first started doing that, it didn't make sense to me because I'm thinking, well, wouldn't I want to drain everything from my face? But then at the end, everything that I've done, I'm gonna drain. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna hold with, just to kind of stretch that out, and you're gonna take it, and you don't wanna go completely flush to the skin because that's really not gonna do anything. You wanna go at like a 15-degree angle, and with this long side here, you're just gonna go up with light to medium pressure, and always when you get to the top, do like a little wiggle motion, and that's gonna help with the drainage. And you're gonna go anywhere between like 3 to 7 times. They say 5 is the sweet spot. And you wanna see a bit of redness because you know that that's going to, you're doing what you're supposed to do. And always with that wiggle motion. So you're gonna do your whole neck. So I also find that doing this is going to help anybody with like that double chin, that sagging chin, because it's gonna tighten everything. So you get the picture. We'll speed through this part. Okay, so now that you've done that, we're gonna spin around and we're gonna do one part on our vertebrae on our neck. So your vertebrae on your neck here, you're gonna take this part, put that along your neck, and you're gonna go up, and you're gonna do that same wiggle motion. I tilt my head a little bit forward when I do this, but this is really good for people with those headaches. Just relieves that tension. Now onto the face. So this is my favorite part. I clench my jaw at night, so this is always really, really tight for me. So always holding with a little bit of pressure just to keep it kind of taut. And then you're gonna take it, like I said, with like a 15-degree angle, not completely straight to your skin. And just drag it, and then when you get close to the ear, a little bit of a wiggle motion. And if you're anything like me who has that tension in the jaw, you're gonna feel kind of nodules. I'm trying to work those out. So don't be scared if you feel those. I go over this area a little bit more. And then I'm gonna pull kind of this side, and with that flat edge there, you're gonna go over this area here. And because I have that kind of like tension in my jaw, I feel it really right here. So on my last swipe, I'm gonna take the bottom of my tool and just kind of rub it in that, I don't know what that muscle is called, but just to kind of relieve that pressure. So then you always wanna kind of hold the opposite side to keep that tension there. You're gonna take your tool and kind of go with your cheekbone muscle up in kind of a C-word motion and put that pressure. And as you can see, yes, my skin is turning a little bit red, but that's the drainage, and you want that to happen. If it's going like beet red, you're putting too much pressure. And then up here, so around our eye, be very gentle around your eye because the skin is a lot more thin and sensitive up there. So we're gonna take that and come all the way up to your temple and rub gently on your temple. For those with your headaches, this is gonna be your sweet spot. Okay, so now I learned this one from an acupuncturist. This is an acupuncture spot. You're just gonna go in and just kind of lightly push up here. This was my favorite spot to get the needles in, was right in between here. So you just kind of go in and lightly push up. Again, this is a headache spot, so if you don't suffer from headaches, you might not need to do this spot. but I just kind of go in like that and just kind of lightly push up. So then for your forehead, you're gonna hold your, like I said, hold your side, and then I flip this around. You're gonna take this, again, kind of in a C-word motion, down to your temple. Down to your temple, and again, 3 to 7 times. I just usually just do it 5-ish times. And then for your middle, just swipe up. Always with that little and then with your long end here, hold. I like to think that this is giving me an instant facelift, whether it does or not, that's fine. So that is one side of the face there. Now, like I said, I don't have as much volume in this side as I do in this side, but after I do it, I definitely see a little bit more definition, kind of a little bit more evenness. So I'll speed through this side, because you just saw this side, you don't need to see this side, and I'll be right back. So that was this side of the face. Again, I think they look a little bit more even because I've gotten rid of all that puffiness that I had. So this is a morning routine, which you can do in the morning, you can do in evening, whatever you prefer. So because we've already done the neck, we've done the face, to me, all of my drainage is now kind of like in the sides of my face and down here where we've already brought everything up. So from my research, now what you want to do is you just want to take all that drainage and just kind of bring it down. So you don't want to do the exact same thing. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take with that pressure and just bring it down here. Just a couple of swipes just to bring it. And sometimes you can actually feel it. Like I can almost feel it running down. And that's why you want to do that little shaky motion. Just to bring all of that drainage down. Just to release it. And this is really good too, like if you wake up and you have a kink in your neck, or if you've strained something, like you can do this all over your body. Like if you've strained something in your hamstring or something like that. It's really great too if you put it in the fridge for really cooling sensation. If you've got really puffy under eyes in the morning or something like that, that's really nice too as well. That's it, there you have it. It's super easy, super quick, and it's just something really nice and personal that you can do for yourself. I find that when you do this motion here, it really relaxes you, and it's kind of nice to do in bed because if you stand up, you can definitely get lightheaded. So something to consider and something personal and nice you can do in bed for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for the next one. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me, and we will chat soon. Thank you.